Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Monday, December 25th, 2017. Merry Christmas. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as they are already living by the Search for Truth rules given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us and higher powers over all of us, and already contributing more to completing the Search for Truth assignments given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds and higher powers over all of us than they are taking or using or borrowing in Search for Truth resources. As always, our foundational intention remains to do what is ours to do right now, to manifest the divine plan for all dimensions, in all dimensions, for all categories of sentience, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin immediately, just right away. People are talking and there is some argument about holy days.
That's true.
And they're talking, the calm voice in the discussion is saying this actually proves a beautiful point. And the conversation hinges on, for example, Christian beliefs in Christmas as a sacred day. And there's all these sayings like Jesus is the reason for the season. But the truth is the winter solstice is the reason for the season. And somebody's asking what the basis is for that statement. And the basis is historical accuracy. If the stories to do with Charlie's birth, Jesus the Christ's birth, are accurate, he was born at a time when a comet was very visible in the Middle East, the very bright star with the long tail, that's a comet. And he was born during a time that the Roman Empire was taking a census in Judea.
That's true.
And the only time that those two factors intersect in the year in which he, or the period, the era in which he was supposedly born, is in the spring. I think it's in March. So Jesus is not the reason for the season in December.
That's true.
If we were in March, there would be an argument for Jesus being the reason for the season. However, when Christianity moved into Europe, the predominant religion, the old religion of Europe, was nature worship.
That's true.
And events such as the solstice and equinox events and full moons were commemorated as sacred events.
That's true.
And so Christianity adopted the major celebrations in multiple ways, including their approximate timing, and simply changed their story to make it work. It's not a religion, unfortunately, it's not a religion that's based in integrity, and they have no problem with just changing the facts when the facts are inconvenient. However, many good people, possibly billions with a B, of good people have believed in the power of Christmas as a sacred day. And this is what this person is saying. It's a perfect example about how it's the belief that gives the day the power, not the day itself.
That's true.
And that so many people have believed in this, and they have gathered together for centuries, for millennia, praying on this sacred day. The day does actually have power, and we could pick sacred days of any tradition. We could look at Yom Kippur. It has a lot of power. We could look at the Ramadan traditions or other traditions like that in Islam, and come up with equal power. The point is not the day or the ritual or the religion. The point is not the day or the ritual or the religion. The point is the power of belief. That's what that person's saying. Now the other people who are asking, why are you saying it? Please take it up with him. Please take it up with him. You're having your argument with the channel. It's A, disrespectful, and B, makes you look stupid, like you can't figure this out. Why are you arguing with the ventriloquist dummy? Why didn't you just talk to the guy who's talking? Leave me out of it. Leave us out of it. And this seems to be cellular souls who are saying,
yes, that's
leave
true.
us out of it. If you want to argue, party down, but leave us out of it. That's the answer to your question. Why do you ask? Bump up dead children from as deep in the suffering realms as we're able to connect with right now, right up the back and out the top of that ancient interdimensional highway. And it looks like it's already gotten clogged since yesterday, I guess.
That's true.
It clogs so fast. Right up the top of that ancient interdimensional highway. What now in order to create even deeper, denser dimension worlds that work for all categories of even deeper, denser dimension presences? They're talking about religions.
Yeah, that's true.
Many religions, and the different goals of different religions, and the different definitions of different words.
Yes.
And how projectionism, that's what they're calling it, projectionism,
yes.
is possibly the deepest, oldest religion. And projectionism simply says, you must mean what I mean when you say those things, or you must be doing what you're doing for the same reasons that I would be doing those things if I were you,
yes.
or if I were in your position. And that projectionism is crazy because every person is unique and every situation is unique. And our actions show who and what we really are. Our lives show who and what we really are. There is no fantasy good self. The way we're living is who we are. And that's the truth of it.
That's true.
Why do you ask? Does shut it up.
That's true.
Now it's really good
really
and quiet. What now? In order to create even deeper, denser dimension worlds that work for all categories of even deeper, denser dimension sentience, and just work up that toothpaste tube while keeping it flowing at the top. Get these dead children and their environment all the way up from that deepest, most suffering place out the top of this ancient interdimensional highway, as high as we're able to reach right now. What now? What now? What now? I think somebody's really disappointed. I think they thought by doing energy work on Christmas Day that there would be this huge upsurge of energy and that all the problems would be solved. And I don't know who would even think that, but I can feel that somebody was thinking that. That doesn't even make sense. That sounds like a fantasy.
That's true.
Who has that belief? Who feels that way? That doesn't make sense, friend. It's a familiar person. I can feel the energy is familiar.
That's
this isn't
true.
a new
not a new
face,
feeling.
not a new feeling, not a new vibration. Many passes by.
Yes, that's true.
Well, it's not a voice to listen to. We
No.
can stretch longer. The answer to your question is delusion. Delusion. Why do you ask? They're talking about the religion of Western medicine.
Yes, they are.
And how it's also a religion, and people worship at the altar of Western medicine.
That's true.
And that Western medicine's goal is actually counterproductive. Their goal seems to be to maximize the number of humans alive on this planet.
That's true.
And that's really counterproductive. There's wiser minds above say there are 7.2 billion too many humanoids, that we should be at about 500 million, that's a sustainable level, and anything more than 500 million, things start to get pretty ugly pretty fast.
Yeah, that's true.
And given the extractive efforts, they're saying, please look up, please look up, please look up, please argue with them. Given the extractive efforts that have already occurred and the devastation of the biosphere that's already occurred, that anything more than 500 million humanoids is too much. Maybe it is 500 million, but I hope they said 500 million. Whoever's talking.
Whoever's speaking.
I don't know. Either 500 million or 500 billion. The point is, both of them, it's well over 7 billion too many humanoids, and therefore Western medicine's express goal of maximizing human life on the planet is crazy and exactly not what the situation calls for, and it would be a time to trundle that garbage can out to the curb.
That's true.
There's not an argument about reducing suffering, reducing pain. Pain is not a helpful, usually not a helpful experience. People usually shut down and don't do anything whatsoever when they're in pain.
That's true.
Other than in extremely short bursts. Why do you ask?
You ask.
I think they just really want it to be a good thing.
Yeah.
I think everybody wants their belief systems to be a good thing.
That's true.
Yeah, there's nothing unique. You're not standing out from the crowd with that act. Why do you ask?
I just got very quiet again.
Mm-hmm. What now? What now? What now? In order to create deeper, denser dimension worlds that work for all categories of deeper, denser dimension sentience. How about this? How about what now in order to break the cycles of lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying? Certainly for all the religions of which we have awareness, there's plenty of that to go around.
Wow, that's
lying,
true.
Cheating, stealing, and bullying. What now? In order to break the cycles of lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying in all dimensions. What now? We can crunch and juice and burn lying and cheating and stealing and bullying inside ourselves, at least in our own inner worlds. We can ban those behaviors and we can implement a zero-tolerance policy.
That's true.
And we can correct our errors of implementation. No lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying in our inner worlds. What now, in order to break the cycles of lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying in all dimensions?